I've been playing around with this USB hub for a little while now. I wanted to do a full review and kind of start with an unboxing and talk about my experience with it. Now, I have a Lenovo laptop that has USB-C on it, as you would expect. There's no HDMI port anymore. There's also no any Ethernet and limited USB ports. So I wanted to get something that would replace those missing features. And while I started with the official Lenovo USB hub, it missed a few things. There was no Ethernet, there was no HDMI on it. So I got this to kind of be an all-in-one. So having one for USB and SD card and then USB stick for HDMI, this one I thought would be a great all-in-one, and I was impressed. Now, if you want to learn more about the specifics on this, some of the specs, pricing, I'll put a link to it down in the show notes to Amazon. Using that link supports us, which I would appreciate it. But as far as pricing, a lot of people ask, why don't you put pricing in your videos? Well, because pricing changes. Even since I bought this particular device, and I've been playing around with it, I got 2 of them, and this is the second one I got. The price changed. So check that out there. So right off the bat, now it's a decent size, fits in the palm of my hand USB hub. A little bit larger than the Lenovo ones. Decent cable here, about a 6-inch cord there. You don't really need much more than that, to be honest with you. On the back you have a micro SD/TF card, I guess, a full SD card. You have a USB-C, so you can continue to use USB-C features on it. Your Ethernet, and this kind of slides out right there, so you can use Ethernet, which is great because sometimes hotels still have, they have an Ethernet plugs in there. It's just sometimes easier than connecting through Wi-Fi. Full HDMI, which is great, no micro HDMI. And then 3 USB 3 plugs on there. Test this out. You know, there's really not a lot to say here. It was plug and play. I plugged this in and it just worked. There was no setup, no install. I have a Windows 10 Lenovo Yoga laptop. Very happy with it. And it detected this HDMI, full access, 1080p out, no problems on that. Ethernet worked great, full gigabit Ethernet. I was, just to kick, I plugged in the through the USB-C here. I plugged in my other USB hub and it worked. I was able to read the SD card. Used the full SD card, worked great if you have a camera that uses that. And file transfer rates through my USB thumb drive through this was exactly the same as I got when I plugged it directly into the USB. I noticed no noticeable difference in my end user testing. Build quality, this is a metal shell here, which is really nice. This little part here is plastic though, but it feels sturdy. I honestly didn't really get this for Ethernet. It's just kind of nice to have that there. The cable is a very sturdy rubber feel on it, so I feel like this is very durable, that this would survive easily in my backpack. There's this little sticker here with the MAC address and all that there. I would leave that on there just to make sure, in case you need that in the future for whatever your corporate office may need it for. So my impressions, definitely worth the money, especially if you get this on any type of Amazon sale, which is what I was able to get. 2, just to have it, even if you don't intend it. Increasingly, laptops are coming with fewer USB ports. They're increasingly coming with fewer like HDMI. It's kind of one of those trade-offs. Everybody wants a super thin, light laptop. While having it that thin means you lose some things like additional USB ports, Ethernet, SD card, and more on it. So it's definitely one of those half a dozen one way, half a dozen other issues. Sometimes, I'll be honest, I would almost prefer a slightly thicker laptop if it came with some of these features on there. But it seems like all the high performance ones, you know, it's hard to find one of those at a reasonable price. So this little dongle makes up for it. I don't use it but maybe once a week when I'm working and traveling, but it's good to have it. Now I'll put a link to it in the show notes down below. If you have any questions, let me know. I have played around with it now and have been able to test it, and I've been very pleased. So 2 thumbs up, would buy it, would recommend it. Shop around for pricing online, but I got this one on Amazon.